What's up, my people? You are now tuned in to another episode of Mental Telepathy's Arena, and we are here at the Homeless Empire, where I dedicate my shows to the youth, because nothing is more important in the universe right now than our youth. Because not only do we have to help them, but we have to pray for them, for they are going to inherit a bad situation to come. And I know people want to stay in an optimistic mind state, and they don't know, and I sound like a pessimist to a lot of people, but a lot of people don't understand biblical events. A lot of people think that man is in control. At least, the masses have been taught to have so much faith in the white man's government that they think that the white people who who are acting out the parts, that they're the ones in control. But never mind that. We're going to delve off into the show right now. Because as I must say, and I must make the statement that even in the world's midst of the world's adversity, I am blessed. Yes. Being a servant of God, it feels very good to be a servant of Allah right now. To be a servant, a slave to God right now. As we stand here a few days away from the month of Ramadan, I'm addressing my brothers and sisters and those who are concerned, the youth. I have to invite all of the youth to the realm of the spiritual world, to the realm of God. I invite you into Islam. I invite you into some type of sense of direction, because that's my duty. But as we stand here a few days away from the blessed and glorious month of Ramadan, those who possess the magic glasses must understand and have to realize that this could very well be a totally different type of Ramadan. I'm not talking about the Ramadan Muslims who don't participate in Islam throughout the year, but they try to come to the mosque and to basically eat up the food and iftar and things of that nature, and try to front for man, to be seen of man. And many of the sellout Muslims I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the true believer. I'm talking about those who are righteous, the Christian, the Jew. I'm talking about the devout ones. I'm not talking about these fake Christians that got the rainbow flags hanging all over their heads, and they are enjoying the craziness that the white man has forced the gay agenda all down their throats, and now they they have to participate. Oh, we have to accept everybody the way they are, instead of running down on these niggas with the word of God, letting them know about the abomination. You have to warn the people. There's some gay people out here that don't even realize that they're going to the hellfire. So we have to warn them that this is an abomination. Some of them don't even realize it. They forcing a lot of our black youth into homosexuality. They forcing a lot of our black girls into lesbianism, and they don't know that this is one of the very paths to the hellfire. So we have to basically warn them and invite them into the hands of God. So I am making this video to invite you into the hands of God, in the hands of Allah, the one and true religion, Islam. Because as we stand here a couple of days away from the month, the blessed and glorious month of Ramadan, this could be a very total different Ramadan. A lot of people are not even going to participate because the government has turned their religion and their way of life into second nature. So they figured that if they can hide in the house, I'm not talking about everybody, but if it feels like I'm talking to you, I most likely am. If it feels like the shoe fits and it's irking your nerves, your very nerves, and it makes you upset and is tugging at your intuition, most likely I'm talking about you. But with that being said, it could be a very total different Ramadan. Some people are not going to live to see it. Some people are not going. This could be the Ramadan where there could very well be no more food or water. Yeah. See, this is what we have to realize because the the best two gifts that God has given us is time and health. And we take that for granted until our health goes bad and time runs out. See, but like I say, a catastrophe that makes a person remember God is way better than a blessing that makes you forget Him. So this is why God has intervened in the worldly affairs to humble these niggas, to give them a warning, say, listen, man, this is what I can do. See, but a lot of people don't even recognize it. This could be the very Ramadan where there could be no more food or water. And the heat is going to be turned up on many Muslims, Christians, and Jews in this day and time. If it doesn't happen in the very near future, in the weeks to come, it's going to happen in the couple to the few months to come. Trust me when I'm telling you. This is going to happen very soon. So my question to you is, are you making preparations? Or are you just sitting in the house and your children? I know a lot of, no, I'm not no judging a lot of Muslims. You got a lot of Muslims that's teaching their kids the deen. But it's very far and few in between, man. This is why God has humbled a bunch of these niggas. Or they was just a few weeks ago, about a month and a half ago, these niggas was rolling. Oh, they was having a good time with their little button-down shirts and they was rolling through in their little nice cars and they was, oh, yes, I'm part of the white man's empire now. But we're going to see how much you love America within these next few weeks, the next couple of months. All these immigrant niggas that came over here to sell out for money, we are going to see how much you love America when God reverts you back to your third world mentality. Because this is what's going to happen. Because all of that money that he gave a bunch of these niggas, it was just a test. You ever heard of the saying that every man in this life, every woman in this life gets their 15 minutes of fame? Yeah. Everybody in this life gets their 15 minutes of fame. God tests all of us. He just wants to see what you're going to do when he gives you that money. When he gives you those blessings, when he gives you that materialistic stuff, he wants to see what people are actually going to do, how they are going to change, how they are going to become arrogant, how they are going to become belligerent, thinking that I did this myself. You ever heard a lot of people saying that? Yo, ain't nobody help me, man. I did this myself. When in all reality, man, all through their whole path and their whole journey, people have been helping them. God have been sending blessings through different people. But yet, when they get there to their success, they be like, man, I did this. Ain't nobody help me, man. You crazy? God will be the last one these niggas thank. Yeah. God is the last one that they will give thanks to. So we have to understand, man, back to the essence of the conversation. All of those who are striving for righteousness, my Muslim brothers and sisters, this could be a total different Ramadan for most of us. Real talk. So I have to, before I go any further, I have to make a prayer that God, that Allah gives us the right type of substance, gives us the right type of sustenance, that he gives us the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding, not just to have the knowledge and wisdom and understanding, because you have many of those who have knowledge in abundance who are going to the hellfire. Not just to have it, to be able to apply it, to apply knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the patience and the perseverance to make it to and to make it through the glorious month of Ramadan, spiritually, mentally, and physically, the way that we're supposed to make it through. And that we can learn things about ourselves, that we can turn our weaknesses into our strengths. Because trust me, your strength is going to be everything in the very near future, man. Because if you're weak spiritually and mentally, the physical will mean nothing. The physical is going to mean nothing. You got a bunch of these niggas out here right now that's working out, pumping weights, going jogging, and everything to basically thinking that they can defy God's wrath, that they are going to be able to win against God, and they are not. So we have to basically understand that this could be a total different Ramadan, man. Right now, I got the evil ones trying to set up the stage. Yo, I want to give you a job on the 23rd. I want you to start this job on the 23rd. We have to be careful of not inviting the devil, Shaitan, and his followers into the blessed month of Ramadan. Because this is the way that you can destroy your Ramadan. Yes, the gates are closed to Shaitan. Shaitan is in jail for the next 30 days, for that 30 days. But there is a such thing as you being able to invite his followers into that month to destroy your month. This is why Shaitan, the white man and his little followers, try to set up the stage before Ramadan comes. They'll offer you a job. Okay, you're going to start on the 23rd. You're going to start on the 24th. You have to be careful that you don't get into these jobs. See, I'm talking to a lot of immigrants who have come over here and sold out for money. Because a lot of this stuff has fallen on your children who are now 18, 20, 25, 27. They have entered the workplace And the disbelievers are now working and grinding them into a halt, making their religion second and third nature, as they have made, as the white government has made the Muslims, Christians, and Jews religion second and third nature right now. Have totally silenced these niggas. You have to be careful that your children are now going into the workplace and the disbelievers are pulling all type of tricks and on them saying, listen, because Shaitan knows the prayer times and he knows because a lot of these fake Muslims are standing with the disbelievers and giving them the whole game, telling them what you can do to a Muslim to make him break his fast, telling them what you can do to a Muslim to make him commit sins, telling them what you could do to a Muslim to make him break his voodoo. And that's what because a lot of them have tried to do it to me many times. So they tell a disbeliever, but not knowing that they are the next victims on the list. So you have to be careful that you don't get into these workplaces because Shaitan knows your prayer times. He knows the most important part of your deen is one of the pillars to the pillars of Islam, the 5 pillars, and that's prayer, the salat. And when you don't make that telephone call to Allah, to God, and He has you in the workplace, someone's prayer time comes around, they be like, come on, Mustafa. Come on, Muhammad. We got something for you to do. Or even if a nigga's a cab driver and he think he's free to go to make prayer, they'll wait. They won't get that nigga no fare until it's almost prayer time. And then the white man will hop in his cab or in his Uber and say, listen, I need you to take me all the way to Atlantic City. I'm going to give you $200. Because Shaitan will pay you not to make prayer. Because his most jealous moments are when you're on your knees seeking the favor of your Lord. So when he get a lot of these Muslim, Christians, and Jews in the workplace, he get all of his house niggas and his Uncle Julios and all his devilish followers to work you to death. And this is the plan that they have for me this Ramadan. So I played a game of charades with him to make him think that I am so thirsty that I am going to show that I am going to bow down to their will. When I really intend to show them that Allah is the greatest. And this is what you should be planning on showing them when the blessed month of Ramadan come around. Because Allah has already shown you that money is going to become obsolete. A lot of the Shaitan is just stepping up his trickery, his game, turning up the heat on niggas. So they basically say, okay, come on. We're going to hire you, and you can start on the 23rd or the 24th. Because when they know that the gates, that Shaitan is going to be locked inside of the gates of Hades, the gates of hell. He's dead, totally dead throughout the blessed month of Ramadan. But there is a such thing of inviting his followers into your deen, into your blessed month. And this is what we have to be careful not to do. Because basically, they're going to use everything they can to divert the Muslim from the path. This is what we have to understand as a ummah. And it's my duty, and there's many other Muslims' duties who claim that they are supposed to be the caliphs of the universe. It's your duty to warn the masses and to invite our youth into the deen of Islam. I'm just basically saying that I'm basically saying that, God is showing you right now how real, Allah is showing you right now how real He is. You think these disbelievers got away with killing all those Muslims in Iraq and killing up all these Muslims all over the world and killing up and running around the world killing and raping and robbing people of their freedom, raping and robbing people of their deen, diverting people from the path? You think they got away with that? Or just go outside and take a look around. Take a look around. All these niggas wearing masks, trying to avoid a disease that they already got, man. They done already caught it, man. Because this is how arrogant the government was. These niggas ran around for 3 to 4 months and passed it on to each other and didn't even care. They didn't even heed the warnings. Because this is how Allah works. He will pull the wool right over their eyes. And when He pull it from over their eyes, it will be to show them their shame. So all these fake ass Muslims that's still standing beside the disbelievers, playing the role of I spy on me, still thinking petty, still hoping, sitting behind the scenes, hoping that I don't participate in the blessed month of Ramadan. You are sadly underestimating the true believer. True story. You are sadly underestimating the true believer, the servants of a God. Real talk. All praises due to Allah. Allah is the greatest. And those who choose to fight against Him and His servants will not win. Oh yeah, they are going to do a bunch of damage because they have already done it to a bunch of these immigrant niggas in America. Like I said, they thought they was rolling about 2 months ago, man. You couldn't tell these niggas nothing. They would come and laugh at the downtrodden. They would laugh at the wayfarer, the needy. You had the imams bringing white boys through the mosque with cameras, showing these little niggas all type of love. And they won't even hug the true believer. A nigga like me, I come through the mosque. The African American Muslim don't get no respect. This is why they underestimate me sitting behind the scenes thinking that I'm not going to participate in the blessed and glorious month of Ramadan. They thinking they can actually deceive me after 40 years of me praying 5 times a day. After 40 straight Ramadans, they think that they can get me to miss this one. This is how arrogant and conniving and devious they really are. Like Allah says in the Quran, He says they will never stop persecuting you until you denounce your religion. They will never stop persecuting you until you come into their religion. This is what this is all about. All the stuff that you see me suffering, from persecution from the feds, the police, and they little snitches and they undercover agents and these fake Muslims that's standing with them niggas playing the role of I spy through Wi-Fi and tapping the phones. This is the reason why these niggas are doing that. Because of Islam. Because they know the only thing that can save humanity is the true believer in Islam. So they do everything in their power to try to suppress that, to try to oppress that. But like Allah says, do you think you can actually be my servant without me testing you? I'm not talking about them fake ass Muslims that be talking about, we just testing them. And they go all their lives rolling with the disbelievers, acting like they testing you when these niggas are wishing on your downfall. Yeah. But Allah has already warned us about them in Surah Al-Tawbah, where he says, Surah Al-Tawbah, that's Surah 9, where he says the desert Arab is the worst in unbelief and the most fitted to be in ignorance of the words that I have sent down. They constantly look for catastrophe to come upon you, but on them be the calamity of evil. Same thing with the African sellout ass niggas that came here. Now them niggas are being humbled. A bunch of these niggas now being reverted. Allah has tested them to get jobs and money, and they became arrogant, and they became of the disbeliever, and they basically came to the mosque as empty shells. A bunch of these niggas, Christians, Jews, and Muslims, when they come to the mosque, the churches, and the synagogues, they come as empty shells, man. They just going through the motions, man. A lot of people are just going through the motions. You see a lot of these niggas bow down, pray. They pray into that digital device. They put the digital device right in front of them, and soon as somebody call, man, they make sure, and it usually is a woman. They be waiting. That's how Shaitan